welcome to Chip at Homestead, presented by JCR. Is NRG.
Hello?
And the second championship of the night and the final championship.
I'm ready. I'll let you know when to take the invite here. And you should be good to go. Take your invite. Let's do this.
All right, let's get it. Blue screening for just a second as we get into the race. Welcome everybody starting to fill in here. And as we just saw in the last race, a fantastic finish. Saw Ty of Hazard come away with the championship.
Yeah, I didn't get the same thing, but congrats to him. That was, for the most part, other than the restarts, that race was pretty calm and pretty spread out, but it got exciting there at the last handful of laps. That's what I like to see as far as finishes. We've had a great week of racing across all six main series. We got one more with a really small field tonight, and hopefully they'll provide some good racing and should be pretty entertaining, pretty clean, I would think.
Yeah, and as we come in, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Wide Open got the pole. He's one of the 4 championship contenders. McLovin, who's dominated the entire season with 13, 14 wins, qualified third, already looking for second. Let's see who else we got. Jay Tizzle, he's another one.
My bad.
And P. Cola. Racer X is in a custom, but he is not one of the final 4. But that's all right. Kind of looks like the end of the Clash race last year, and we only had a handful of cars left. Yeah,
6 cars running at the end. But now we got 6 cars, well, 7 starting this race. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Coach Matt, he missed a ton of weeks. Kind of came out of nowhere, decided, hey, you know what? I guess I'll race the last race this season.
Yeah, not doing too bad, actually, battling for the lead right now here underneath of McLovin. Or, sorry, not McLovin, Wide Open. McLovin happens to be in third, following them very closely and potentially eyeing a spot for the lead.
It won't be long till he gets up there, I would imagine. But I know Wide Open, he's had a really good season as well. But we see people getting loose already. We know that was going to happen. Seen it in every race. It's part of Homestead. You just hope that you don't take out the person next to you.
Yeah, and you really hope you're not loose off of 4. Because if you're loose off of 4, you're really loose off of 2, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So, loose off 4, awful. Not what you want. Now to take a look at Coach Matt. Oh, sorry. Coach Matt is in second. Wide Open. Continuing to hold the lead, and don't look now, but McLovin taking his chance to look at second right now.
4th. 3 of our top 4 are in the top 5. Actually,
all 4 of them are in the top 5.
All 4 of them. Yep. Not that, I mean, top 5 right now out of 7 cars. Whew. Smallest field that we've had all season.
We've had the week. Yeah, at least in this week, let alone the season.
I guess we're going to end the season. We typically do see smaller fields towards the end, especially once we get to playoff time. A lot of guys will drop out if they didn't make the playoffs, which I hate to see that. Every time I'm in the booth, I always tell people, I encourage them just to keep racing. I mean, just because
you're still racing for points, you know?
Yeah,
there's still something on the line for you, yeah.
Yeah, team points, and, not to mention, it just looks bad. Ooh.
Picola got into McLovin there and actually went down the track, able to hold it pretty well. As the 2 teammates, I believe they're teammates, have a pretty similar paint scheme.
Honestly, I don't know who's on whose team. I know Picola is on KMS. McLovin is on NOCO.
Oh, well then they're not teammates.
Um,
I got it right here. Teisel is on Shin, and Wide Open is WMS.
all right.
Is that Wicked? Is that
Yep,
Gatekeeper?
that's Wicked's
Okay,
team.
sounds good. That was one
Wicked
team
with
that I
his
have
one
not
car
seen much.
teams. Well, he's only got one car in each series, and I don't even think he has a car in every series.
That would make sense.
Starting to get a little spread out.
So we can spread out with these top four actually staying together. As Coach Matt is actually making a move right now on Wide Open for the lead, at least trying to. McLovin ended up getting on the wall off of 4.
Oh, somebody's. Oh, that's Racer X. Hit the inside wall coming off 4.
Again, not what you want to be doing, especially on lap, I think 10. Not quite where you want to be.
And we've seen the first race. They don't have to pit in the first 2 stages, but we've seen some strategy. Well, it was hardly strategy. Just some guys were able to save enough to pit a lap later than some of the other guys in the first race. And that turned out to be the difference maker for that race. Again, congrats to Ty. Had a great season.
Yeah, Ty had a really good season, along with Hunty, and obviously both of those guys were probably 2 of the favorites coming into that race anyways, or the 2 favorites coming into that race anyways. And,
yeah, I agree
they
with
both
that.
really showed out.
Hunty had the help, but and man, those comments that were coming through were hilarious.
Oh my God.
About meat. Oh,
yeah.
I was rolling.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to be professional on the broadcast. I keep reading these comments. I'm like, you know what? About done with these. And you'll see McLovin actually making a couple mistakes here early on in the race and finds his way back to 4th as Picola makes his way up to 3rd.
He's going to look for 2nd here.
See Teisel back there in 5th, still running there. Still got the top 4, the championship 4, and the top 5.
Racer X still off the pace. Had a rough start. Monster and Jay, they're far away from this group of 4, and if they keep racing like they are, those 2 guys could get back into it pretty quick.
Yeah, all it takes is a little bit of a draft. I don't know what does it say? Is it still low draft? Is that because that's the way it's been all week?
Yep, it's been low draft throughout the playoffs, and this is actually the first track that it's actually been a thing. Kind of forget where these guys went to. Watkins Glen, Richmond, and what was the other race? New Hampshire, maybe?
I believe so. And none of those really incur a draft, so makes it.
This week's really been the first week that's actually been a thing. But we have seen throughout the week that, Coach Matt and
Picola and Coach Matt with contact. McLovin trying to make a move on the top to get around his. I assume that those 2 are teammates. I would make the guess. But even then, maybe not. I have no clue.
I don't know. I stopped keeping track. I'm surprised to see McLovin just kind of hanging out back here, especially
maybe
with the dominant season.
Sorry, continue.
It's all right. Maybe he has a long run piece.
I think maybe he's just waiting to show his stuff until the end. I mean, granted, that doesn't really seem like him, but maybe he's just waiting to kind of show everybody what he's got towards the end.
I'm pretty sure he set a single season record with wins in Giggity history.
I would not doubt it. The only other one that came close was Jake in season 3, I think. So
and NOCO in season 3.
So yeah, NOCO and Jake pretty much took over the preset and custom side back then. So Man, we see these guys. Welcome to the 12 people who are here. Again, the Custom Xfinity Championship here in the Giggity Race League presented by JCR.
Yeah, they've been with us, I think about a little over, I don't think it was quite half the season, but they teamed up with us right around the halfway point at some point, but it's been nice having them along.
Weeks after, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, they've helped pay out our champions for the season, so huge thanks to them. And Jay Tizzle, he's now they're kind of in the line. I think he might be getting a little bit of the draft of this top 4, but he's definitely worked his way back up there. With, in my opinion, I like that paint scheme. I think that's my favorite one between him and McLovin. I mean, I like all of them, but
yeah, I like
out.
McLovin and Gator, even though they're really the same paint scheme with different colors on them.
Yeah. And now that top 5 is kind of under a blanket-ish.
I'll say Tazo pretty much kind of trying to just catch up here at this point, but is holding that draft pretty well to make himself a contender to maybe even put himself up to the top 4 or 3.
And we do have 5 to go on the stage.
Yes, we do.
These first 2 stages are pretty short, but that last one seemed like it took forever. I don't know if it's because, I was kind of in Hunty and Meat's ear. It seemed like them laps couldn't go by quick enough, but Coach Matt gets loose off 4.
Tatty says they joined 3 weeks before the regular season ended.
Okay, so
about what race?
Yeah, it's about 3/4.
Like 17. Yeah,
3/4 the way to the season, which literally it's crazy that the season's winding up now, or winding down now, considering we started back in September. I remember telling Tatty, like, man, this season feels like it's going to take forever, and here we are, about over.
Yeah, here we are. It's really passed a lot of time. I don't know about a lot of you guys, but a lot of people who were here, and even you yourself, but a lot of this pandemic stuff going on. Really what brought me back here was just something to do, something extra to do, and I found it to be a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun getting to meet and race with so many new people that I didn't even know when I was here in season 3 and early season 4. So it's just been a really fun time to get to know and race with a lot of you guys.
Yeah, this season we've had our ups and downs this season as far as racing goes, but I mean, everything that has been done to kind of just try to make the racing better, I mean, it's definitely paid off. The racing, I mean, it's a virtual racing game. You're going to have issues on the track. It's just part of it. But this season has been a huge improvement throughout the season. So proud of everyone that's been a part of it. Obviously, we wouldn't have been able to make any of this happen to provide better racing without Tatty himself. And did we have a caution, or was that really the end of the stage?
That should have been the end of the stage.
I was going to say, I was sitting here talking, and 5 laps just, like, clocked off in a hurry.
I feel like I'm not even live on this stream. Is Cola's stream, or P-Cola's stream, kind of lagging for you?
Yeah, it's kind of jittery. I just fast-forwarded it to live.
And he's still racing.
And it shows him coming off turn 2 right now, so a little bit of a delay.
I got him coming off of 4 right now, so.
All right, well.
Anyways, wide open.
We'll be able to keep that in mind.
McLovin, Coach Matt, Teisel, your top 5. And all 4 championship drivers are in the top 5.
Yeah, well, that was pretty clean and green there. I assume we'll probably see the same thing pretty much this whole race.
Yeah, just
we
knowing
do in the third stage. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, and again, not to interrupt, but knowing the lack of drivers that we're seeing here tonight, not to anybody's discredit, but we do only have 7 drivers here. A lot of these smaller races end up being a lot cleaner just because there's less to worry about on track. But sometimes they become the best races, as we kind of saw in the last race.
Yeah, this Xfinity series has, I mean, both of them. We've had low car counts, but it hasn't taken away from good racing, even though it seems like this is the McLovin show. It hasn't been tonight. He's kind of been just hanging out back here in third and fourth pretty much the whole race.
I'm really shocked to see that, to be completely honest. I really expect them to kind of come out and be up towards the front for most of it, but I just...
Well, all 4 championship drivers definitely did do their homework to put themselves in a position to get the championship.
Puddin asks, where's Puddin at tonight? Well, that was a very good question for the man himself. Hopefully we'll get to see an appearance from him at some point this evening.
Yeah, maybe they're just now unloading the car off the hauler.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll join up mid-race.
A little behind.
He's just trying to give everyone else a little bit of...
Yeah,
he's just out here trying to give everyone else a half a race advantage. He'll come back and just
not that
lap
they need
everyone. Oh, whoa!
Whoa! I'm just kidding, Puddin. Anyways. Keep moving here. See, wide open has really led. He led every lap so far in this race as well. I mean,
I'm pretty sure he's led since lap 1.
I mean,
well, actually, no. Coach Matt led a couple laps.
Coach Matt did lead a couple laps, but the only championship driver right now to have led laps here is wide open. That's could be subject to change. Picola is right on his rear bumper coming down the back straightaway.
Monster race and worked his way back up there after a rough first stage. Maybe he made a few adjustments to help that car out a little bit, but this beginning of this stage, we got everyone's right here.
Yeah, everybody running single file, trying to make use of that low draft, or what little draft there is.
This delay on the stream was gonna be the death of me. Another short stage. I believe this one's only 19 laps altogether, as that'd be, I believe, 15 to go now. I'm just considering it a whole lap behind for me on it anyway.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I actually turned it off so that way it would not affect the race stream here.
Well, I'll pay attention to it. No worries.
Coming off of 3 and 4, and the top 3 have kind of pulled away a little bit. Somebody got really loose.
That was monster.
Off of 4. Yeah. And Teisel actually ended up all the way back to last as of right now in this race.
He was running the top 5 the whole first stage. I mean, I guess as long as you gain 2 positions, you're in the top 5, but he
was even up there with the
top 4.
with the top 4, so definitely curious to see what happened there, what happened to him to end up having him back there. But as of right now, again, wide open, kind of just controlling things at the moment here up front. Take a look through the field.
McLovin's just kind of hanging out back there in third still. About the same gap between him and Picola as Picola to wide open. It takes about 3 cars to get into a line to get the draft to actually kick in a little bit. But if you got 3 cars, it does kind of make a difference.
Yeah, we got 17 viewers here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us here on Championship Thursday here in the Custom Xfinity Series.
Yeah, we've had great viewership all season, especially this week. I mean, I think Puddin said we had around 30 for both races last night. And we were over 20 for both the truck races on Monday, so it's nice to see everyone tuning in for the last race of the season. Well, we still got developmental races tomorrow, I think.
I believe so.
I haven't poked my head in that chat. I'm gonna go look right now. Let me poke my head in there anyway. Oh, no. They are done. This is the last race. All right. Disregard what I was saying. Top three still just kind of hanging out, and Coach Matt a little bit behind them.
And then the three behind them are
yeah,
the other two.
As soon as I see here, 10 to go here in the second stage. Very
Development
impressed,
handed out
with
titles
these top
last
three.
week. Did you say that already? I'm sorry, I got totally distracted.
Yeah, I was just looking in
My
there.
complete mistake.
Oh, you're all right. It happens.
But yeah, Stewart 01 and Superfast were the two champions of the Development Series. And a run through, actually, real quick, while we got some time, run through the week here of Giggity Racing, presented by JCR. Start on Monday. Salzano goes ahead and takes the Preset Truck Series Championship in a fantastic race that was between him and Napa Fan there at the end. Napa Fan tried to give him the bump and run, actually ended up hitting the wall himself coming off of 4, giving Salzano the win. In the Custom Truck Series, I believe we saw Sanity go ahead and take that championship.
Yep. That was a wild race too. He not only did he win the championship, but he won the race on a last lap pass. So
which we've seen a lot of
impressive.
this week.
Yeah,
we have
Wednesday
seen
night.
Very many of. Last night, Mo Power, NRG, your team completely swept the Cup Series. And both in the 11 cars, might I add.
Yeah, obviously I'm proud of both them guys, but Patton lagged out right there with a few laps to go. I had that race pretty well sealed up. He had a piece last night, and so I mean, even Caliber's, you know, he felt awful about that. They talked about it, but nothing to take away from Patton at all, because I mean, he probably had that race won had he not lagged out. So obviously, congrats to him, still on a phenomenal season. Yeah.
And congrats to everybody who made the Preset Cup Championship. It's literally the most competitive series in the league, and they have been amazing. I mean,
and that, you think that series is competitive this season? The roster so far for next season in that series is,
it's going to be something you do not want to miss a Wednesday/Thursday night race in the Cup Series races, because they're all stacked.
Every roster for next season is pretty well loaded, from trucks to the Cup Series. And I know I've seen a lot of people in the chats talking about how they are free. They haven't gotten picked up yet. Don't worry, there's still teams that have spots open. They are paying attention.
And there are teams that are even having, last minute changes because some guys' schedules change or something like that. I mean, you just always keep on the lookout. Keep in contact with these guys, because I mean, they could have one just out of nowhere,
Yeah, and we are going to have a few weeks off here after this week. So we'll throw together some for fun races. We might even try to run a few races with what the projected rosters for next season are, just to kind of see where we're sitting. Maybe, some captains will want to make a few roster changes, move people up, maybe think, hey, you know what, I think you do really well in this series. So,
yeah, but in that hiatus, let's not forget, and let's maybe bring it up. We got Madden playoffs coming up. I'm not sure if these are going to get streamed here or on other people's channels, but those who maybe get in contact with them and keep updated on that as well. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I would like to get some of the games broadcasted on the channel, but I don't know if we really want to have audio for that, because I'm just going to say personally myself that
yeah.
And I don't think they need to hear your audio when you're playing Madden either.
Me? Yeah, probably not me. Well, to be fair, I won't be around when the playoffs start, because I'm going on the field op next week, so I'm kind of out of playoffs one way or the other. So luckily for the audio that could be coming from that. But
and that was the end of the stage. Is I'm 2 laps behind now. I keep trying to refresh it.
Ends the stage. Wide open. Picola, McLovin, same top 3 as before.
All right, so like we mentioned earlier, we will have to see at least one pit stop in this next stage. I don't see there being any cautions. If we do, it'll be on these restarts. And even if we see an early one, they're still going to have to pit, but I just don't see it happen. Wide open, Picola and McLovin obviously all have, it seems like they're pretty equivalent, but track position, we've seen it be crucial all week. This is one track where track position is key because it is pretty hard to pass.
Yeah, Taddy says Michael Jackson's Thriller explains this race. Well, I mean we'll see. We'll see if we'll see how we go.
All right, this could be the final restart of the season.
And going back, as I just realized something we didn't even finish. I mean, we talked about your team winning both cup races, but I believe the closest finish in Giggity League history.
It's up there.
1/1000th of a second. And if there's anything closer, I would love to see it. But 1/1000th of a second. Yeah. I mean, what a race that was for Celtics to get the championship last night in the Custom Cup race.
I was in his ear for that one, man. I tell you what, my heart dropped coming off 4 because
we got a car going around the 9. Coach Matt able to save it and come back up just behind the pack.
That was a good save there.
McLovin going for the lead.
They're 3 wide.
Around the inside, Picola might be able to hold it though here on the outside of the track.
Monster's going to look to the inside of. He's on the inside of.
He's on the inside of McLovin. Wide open, ends up losing the lead here for the first time tonight since probably early in the first stage. And there he goes down to the inside. He ends up getting a little loose.
So there is going to be a little bit of a draft effects when everyone's running like this, and he goes clear to the back. Unfamiliar territory for him in this race. His coach Matt, he's in the wall.
Oh, there's a bunch of cars in the wall. Tizol getting in the wall.
Yep.
No caution. Tizel's losing the draft. Matt's losing the draft.
And we go back up here for the lead. McLovin
battle for the lead.
Almost had him cleared.
Monster goes down to the inside. A lot of guys getting loose here. They're starting this 3rd stage.
Yeah.
And the final stage of the Giggity season here in season 5.
Well, at least we got some excitement. McLovin's going to clear Picola.
Not quite. Not quite. He got loose off of 4. And a car we haven't seen up here towards the front, Racer X. Up there and battling for 3rd right now with Monster.
Trying to play spoiler. Picola is going to get that run. He's going to look underneath Monster. Or McLovin. I'll get these names right eventually. I've only been watching them all season, but Monster with a really good season as well. Just came up just a little short for the playoffs, but he does have a couple wins on the season.
Yeah, right now we take a look here. Picola still trying to battle back on the inside here of McLovin.
And wide open, he's going to get to the outside. Monster, he wants to get back up there. McLovin with, in my opinion, the preferred
he's in the
line.
wall. And he gets into Picola. Wow. A lot of contact there coming out of 4. Picola able to keep it.
All right, so this is about the most excitement that we've seen the entire race. And you might have been right about McLovin just waiting until the end to, show what he's got. But
I don't know. I think he might have just finally got a chance to make his move because Picola and Wide Open had been side by side or trying to battle for the lead there for a little bit.
Yeah, if I'm Wide Open or P. Cola right now, I'm going to do what I can to get him back behind me because he's...
Wide Open's trying.
Yeah, and once McLovin gets out front, we've seen it all season, it's not good for the rest of the field once he gets out front.
Wide Open's done a great job. Got a good chance to run with him in a lot of races over in a different league. Fantastic driver. Really fun to talk to when you get the chance. Good guy, but McLovin definitely has been the talk of the series here in the throughout this season.
And Wide Open back to the lead.
And Picola's going to follow him here, maybe trying to make sure that they get McLovin back behind him. Wide Open is going to clear him here off of 4.
Oh, Coach Matt and
Coach Matt.
Monster.
That's not going to be. Yeah, he is slow going through 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah, he's
not a lot of damage,
himself.
but.
And
well,
I tell you what,
there's only 7 cars and you're 1 by yourself.
Yeah, Jay Tizzles, he's still up here in the top pack here. Was running side by side for 5th with Racer X, but Racer X gets back around him, so he's not out of it. We still do have green flag pit stops coming up here shortly, so it's going to be interesting, especially if they're bunched up like this and they all decide to pit on the same lap. We've seen who was it earlier in the week? One of the preset championship drivers got shoved down pit road and got a speed.
Yeah,
it was Trinity.
Yeah,
it was Trinity. Monday night.
Oh, that was a custom, but yeah.
He got shoved down pit road. Yeah. Oh, maybe we did. I don't know. I wish I wouldn't have to keep refreshing this.
Yeah, I gave up on it. I was not trying to test my luck with the internet.
I was having internet issues earlier today, so I'm hoping it's not. I mean, I'm hoping it's not just me.
I've been having Spectrum issues for the last couple months, so we'll see how that goes.
That's who I got. So.
You see the battle starting to heat up. McLovin catching right back up to Wide Open, and they've all really ran right together, being that they're all in a draft with each other. Monster kind of got shuffled out. Lazo kinds of keeping up with him, but not quite. He's a little bit out of the, or a little bit further back than the other 3, or the other 4. McLovin maybe biding his time again, just waiting to make that move. He knows he can get out to the front. Can he make the pass when they're not battling and when it's just the 3 of them?
Well, we've seen it just a little bit ago. Being out front actually ended up hurting Hunty there at the end. He had to pit a lap before everyone else. And when he came out, he was still up front by himself and ended up about half a lap short on fuel. So being up front, obviously, you love to see it. With the custom guys, though, it's a little bit easier for them to save fuel.
They kind of build
gears.
their cars to, the gear to save fuel almost, so.
Now we're looking at what looks like Talladega or Daytona right now. Everyone's just kind of running in a line.
Doesn't make it the most exciting, but it is still very good racing going on right now.
I'm glad not just one person's running away with it. All 4 of our drivers are right here.
I mean, within a second and a half at most. I mean, it's a very close battle right now.
Yep.
McLovin getting some pressure from Picola. Sorry, I'm not sure if that was exactly what you were just getting ready to say, but
no, but it happened perfectly. I was not expecting that to happen.
I'm
He's
shocked, honestly. I mean, he's not had the race that I think a lot of us really expected him to have here tonight. And it's not like he's having a bad race either. He's still in second. He's running top 3 all night. But definitely not what we really thought we would see from him.
Yeah, and I think I seen wide open there. I mean, I know the draft's on low, but I think he's like, man, I want to pull Picola around him. I'd rather have Picola behind me than McLovin. But honestly, I don't think you really want anyone behind you at this point because all 3 of them definitely have a car to win.
Yeah, it's just a matter of who's going to be willing to help, and that as the 3rd car to help. We all know that with the low draft, you need 3 to really get that good run. And who's going to be the 3rd? Because there's not really many that are able to keep up. I mean, of course, we got Racer and Heisel right behind them, but I don't even know how close they're going to be.
You know, at this point, it's all going to matter about who gets on and off pit road the best.
Parco himself says pit stops will determine who wins it. And, I mean, I would be willing to agree. We saw it last night. The guy who pitted last, even if like a lap later, ended up winning the championship. So we'll see how that goes here.
It hasn't been absolutely decided yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna race in this series next year. So simply just because I think these are the best cars in the game. I like these way better than the Cup cars when it comes to customs anyway. Just someone mentioned it earlier, but these cars kind of feel like how the Cup cars felt on Heat 3, which
yes, no,
in my opinion, that was my favorite of the Heat series, except for a handful of tracks. But when it came to customs, that game was fun because you didn't really have to put a whole lot of effort into it. I guess that's my laziness. Is McLovin looking for the lead,
and he's not quite going to clear it, but he'll probably send it in the 3 and 4 here and maybe get cleared. No, he is not. Picola, not sure what's going on. He's kind of shaking around. Maybe a little bit of lag on his side. Not really sure.
Look who got up in the 4th. Now we got all of our 4 championship drivers in the top 4.
And don't count him out. He's not really been the guy that everybody's looked to this season. But man, he's not a slouch either. I mean, just because you don't get looked at as much, because I mean, there's a lot of really great racers here. I mean, obviously I don't see Puddin tonight. Puddin, the road course king. I mean, in this series, outside of maybe 1 or 2 other guys who are really good at road courses. And then, obviously, wide open, McLovin, Picola. There's a lot of really good racers in here that, in this series and even in the preset Xfinity series, there's the contact a little bit from wide open and McLovin that brings Picola up to second.
And our second most winning driver in this series, who's not here tonight, Buck, decided he was going to take the night off and focus on next season, get his head straight. Had a rough last few outings, hadn't had the time to he had a really good season, so also proud of him. I thought he was going to be one of these championship 4 drivers. Just came up a little short. And P. Cole is going to give McLovin a little tap there.
These guys are racing really close. He's top 3, and now that Title's getting up there, he's maybe going to even add a little bit more pressure than was already on this race.
We're about...
Oh, the bump and run maybe from Picola. They're on McLovin.
We're about 3 to 5 laps
Cola's cleared him
away from the fuel window opening up. And they're going to have to pretty much run it out. It's almost 2 full fuel runs to get to the end anyway. Well, from the beginning of the stage, not now, obviously. But battle for the lead. Wide open, he can kind of just hang out and wait for his chance to pounce and try to get back up there.
Oh, a 3 wide going into turn 3.
Oh,
Getting a little gutsy right now. Any contact going to be made? Does not look like it.
People is going to have that run on the outside. He's going to shove McLovin.
Looks like wide open. Might clear. No, not quite. Not going to get it done there. Everybody else is actually pitted, in case we all kind of missed it. Even Teisel had pitted.
He's on pit road right now. Racer X is coming off.
Now I'm curious, because now these three either have to stay out for multiple laps and have the fresher tires at the end.
I'm willing to bet they come down this time. I wouldn't be surprised to see them all hit the bottom line here to signal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see.
Yeah, there's McLovin signaling.
Nobody else going to, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Teisel ended up coming out in front of McLovin just because he had the fresh tires.
Wide open didn't signal, and P. Cola ran right into the back of him.
Oh, what happened?
Got some front end damage.
What just happened when they hit the pit road? Wide open is... Okay, never mind. That was just a glitch. Okay.
I'm pretty sure Wide Open got into McLovin after Wide Open got
they hit
P.
the barrels at the end of pit wall, and that's what caught me off guard.
And McLovin should have already been in his pit stall ahead of Wide Open, but Wide Open didn't signal on the backstretch.
Yeah, I don't know if either one of them made pit road speed even, because they're still not coming off of pit road.
P-Cole is on now.
Yeah, they
Wide Open's off. No, they're coming off now.
We have a new leader, by the way, in the championship. Well, maybe. I take that back, because P-Cole is on pit road right now. But Teisel came out in front of McLovin and Wide Open, and not by a small margin.
And he's going to have a couple laps, worn tires, well, 1 lap difference, I guess, but...
I mean, 1 lap will probably make a difference towards the end, but he's got a decent enough lead that it may work. He's actually going to be your championship leader as he passes P. Cola coming off, too. He has a huge advantage over those 3.
I would say P. Cola's got the advantage as far as tires go, but...
he's got a ground to make up. He's got to make it up quick.
Now, I'm wondering if Jake Tizzle actually has enough to get to the end if he's running by himself, because we've seen Hunty do the same thing last race, and he ended up half a lap short. We'll see.
I'd be very curious. Do you actually know who's leading the race at the moment?
I'm pretty sure it is Jay Tizzle, honestly.
Oh, really?
It's a custom car, I know that, unless Racer X.
I think Racer's actually in front of him, because Racer and Monster are together in front of him.
Oh, yep. Yep, you're right. Monster's in second, and Racer X is in the lead.
Okay.
So our championship 4 are third through 6th right now.
With, I assume that leaves Coach Matt to be 7th.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll keep our eyes on Jay Tizzle for the moment. Actually, we'll take a look back at Picola, see where he's at in relation to Teisel. And he's not too far back. I mean, about half a straightaway. That can definitely be made up. Especially with these 3 drafting together. So
I was just getting ready to mention that. I mean, they're kind of hooked up. And, I mean, even though the draft is on low, that's enough to make a little bit of a ground up. And they are on fresher tires. And P. Cola with the advantage as far as the 3 of them guys. I mean, heck, if I'm him, I'm honestly probably gonna try to save a little bit, let these guys get up to me so they can draft together and they'll save a little bit of tire. But as soon as I say that, Wide Open got loose off too.
Yeah, they kind of spread out a little bit there. Gonna lose that draft, but they are catching. Besides, well, sorry, I'm using a little bit of, I guess, boom vision, as Puddin likes to call it. Go back to the broadcast camera. Take a look. Maybe I don't know. Maybe trying to save a little bit of tires, but I don't know if you really need to with these custom setups. A lot of you just have their stuff set up to go about as long as you can possibly go on a green flag run. Now they can just race it out and see what happens.
I'm curious as Monster gets really loose off four. I'm curious as if Monster and Racer X have enough in the tank to get to the end. And they pit. I mean, hell, we completely didn't even notice they were on pit road. And they pit quite a ways before the rest
I think
of
all three of them pitted. No, maybe not. I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue, to be completely honest. But they have found their way up to the front, and we'll take a look at them here. Just kind of running by themselves. Not necessarily working together. It's hard to work together with the low draft again, but still, 2's better than 1.
I'm going to be curious as to what's said after the race with that pit road incident with these three. I don't think it was a malicious
thing. I do think that Wide Open did not signal he was pitting whatsoever. That's for sure.
Well, what I was going to say was when they were going down the backstretch, we obviously seen McLovin signal, and Wide Open didn't have anyone to the inside of.
Here comes the 22 down pit road right now.
Okay, yeah.
Which leaves the 1, and don't look now if you're Sizzle, but right behind you, Picola's coming, and is quick. Along with Wide Open and McLovin.
And even if the 1 lap different tires, eventually
it'll even out.
Laps, yeah, after a handful of laps out there, they do even out a little bit. But at this point, the 0 is going to be in defense mode, I would assume. Either that or the 4 of them are going to try to get up there to contend for a win. But honestly, right now, whoever of these 4 would end up in second would have the championship.
Yeah.
Who said something funny?
Parko said not signaling should be a penalty for next season, which I already thought it was. But then Celtic said you commenting should be a penalty, and it made me chuckle a little. So. But yeah, I thought it was. So
it is supposed to be. It's something
hasn't really been enforced, so it's really hard to enforce it this late in the season. But
if I remember right, the rule was they're supposed to go back down pit road. But it's kind of hard to enforce, especially if these guys have their notifications turned off on their PlayStation, which I know a lot of guys do, especially when they're during racing.
And in a championship race,
gets into wide.
Yeah, Jay Tizzle actually falling back now, not able to keep up with these 3. And we'll see what happens here for the rest of the race. Well, that hitting early might actually hurt him.
Like I said, P. Cole, with the advantage, I would think, but McLovin's right there.
I think it's because they're 3 together. If they weren't together, I think Cole would have the advantage. I still think he does have the advantage one way, drafting or not.
And
is
now
the 36 scheme supposed to be the Ricky Bobby Wonderbread car? Actually, a good question. I don't know.
I have no idea. I mean, that scheme is pretty similar to the one that he usually runs. Oh, the 8 and 7 make contact, and they're about to be almost 3 wide going into turn 3.
If you're Jay Tizzle right now, that's what you want to see, is them battling. Do you have a lap count, by the way?
I'm just now looking at it. I'll let you know when he goes by again. I know they're making a bunch of contact here, though. Let's say 12 to go, so it'll be 11 next time by. Unless if I'm a lap behind, and it'll be 10 to go next time by. So we are winding down the laps, and Racer X, he hasn't really lost too much time since they've been battling back here, but the 7 to 8.
Why don't we focus on Piccola? Because I was just trying to focus on the top 4 in general. That's why. It said 11 to go. Tatty
should be. Should be 10 to go next time by.
10 to go next time by? Sounds good.
And right now, second place would win the championship unless Racer X runs out of fuel or has to come back down. I can't imagine he makes it to the end.
And I can't imagine he keeps that big of a lead with all four of these guys drafting together.
Oh, wide open gave McLovin a shove into one.
Yeah, Picola on the top side, though, definitely has the advantage, but not going to work. He actually got bumped out of line there by Wide Open.
And Wide Open is going to try to go low. I don't know if he got loose.
Oh, that's not a good idea. That's a...
Oh, boy.
That's an Allgaier, Kansas move. That's what that was.
That
was a little low.
I agree. I'm thinking McLovin probably wasn't too happy about the pit road incident. I'm thinking it might have had something to do with that other than the championship.
That was a hard block. Yeah, that was a very hard block. But at the same time...
Oh, McLovin gets knocked into the wall by the zero.
So McLovin's championship could be out the window right now. And now we look at the top three. Wide Open would be the champion as of right now. Unless Picola has anything, or Jay Tizzle has something to say.
And this is probably that part of the run where the tires do kind of even out. They're starting to catch Racer X a little bit here.
And Parco's comments have now been parked for the rest of the evening.
The rest of the season.
That's what's happening. Yeah. Yeah, if you can get a lap count here when we get to when you get a chance, because 7
It should be 6 to go. 6 to go next time by.
Next time by. All right. Start counting down now. Been a fairly uneventful race. I mean, it's been very good. Not like, don't take what I just said with any grain of salt. It's been a very good race. It's just been uneventful. There's again, smaller fields that tend to be uneventful, but I mean, this has been like a very close championship. Another very close championship, actually, out of the 6 championship races that we've had. All of them have been fantastic races. I don't think we've seen one that wasn't exciting all the way to the end. And we actually have a battle for the lead right now. Wide open, going around the outside here of Racer X.
And Picola definitely wants to see that. McLovin, man, he's just kind of back there in no man's land now.
Picola's got a huge run now. He goes way down to the inside, though. And that's going to give Tizzle up to second here for the championship. Tizzle going to the inside here of Wide Open. Makes contact. Oh, man. What a... Oh, he get way down to the apron, though. Not sure. He's going to fall way back, and now it's a 2-car battle for this championship with how many laps? 5?
No, it'll be 4 to go next time by.
4? Of course, I lose track.
Numbers are hard as decent.
Yeah, they are. And here we go. Picola to the inside of Wide Open, trying to take the championship lead away.
I just don't know if I want to be behind the one just in case he runs out of fuel. But at this point, I mean, you've made your bed.
At this point, yeah, just might as well lay in it.
They're 3 wide for the lead.
So 3 to go next time by. 3 wide for the lead. And now Cola just wants to get by Racer and go on. And he did. That is correct. 3 to go this time. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Through 1 and 2. Cola right on the back bumper of Wide Open. Wide Open just needs to hold on for 2.5 more laps.
And I'm watching Picola's stream, and Wide Open is actually ghosted on his screen.
Oh, interesting. So the bump and run cannot come into play. Interesting. 2 to go here this time by. Must have been the pit road incident. Yeah, that's very well possible.
And that's definitely going to make it hard for Picola to make a move.
Yeah, again, the bump and run now goes out of the question. I mean, And with wide open, knowing that he can run however he wants and not
Yeah,
and
I
not
doubt
fear
Wide
any
Open knows
consequences.
that.
Maybe.
One
Still
lap
gonna
to
make a
go in
mistake.
season 6.
1 lap to go, presented by JCR here in the Giggity Custom Xfinity Series and the final lap of Season 5. Wide Open is your championship leader. P. Cola second. I believe Jay Tizzle's in third, and McLovin is fourth. And that might change because Jay Tizzle got really loose off of 2. But back to the front, Wide Open through turns 3 and 4. And Wide Open Racing is your Season 5 Custom Xfinity Series winner here in the Giggity Racing League, presented by JCR.
Wow. That was interesting. I'm curious. I'll get him here. I'll get him in the booth. Congrats to everyone. That was interesting for a 7-car race. That last stage was pretty exciting, really. Where is he? I'm definitely sure there's going to be some words said there.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of hurt feelings, but again, this is racing. The pit road incident did cause a ghosting, but Wide Open, again, is your champion. So it'll be here in just a moment. But again, to recap, Season 5 has been fantastic all across the board. Can't thank everybody enough who's been a part of it. JCR, thank you guys for coming on board as sponsors. NRG, Puddin', Tatty, everybody who was involved in making this season happen. It's been amazing. Been a real joy to be in the booth with you guys. Yeah, what a season again.
We'll see if he comes up here.
He said he would. He's in the YouTube chat, so he'll be here in a second.
All right.
Oh, wow, what am I doing?
Well, I know. Debrief Season 5. I'm
Yes.
glad you correct me because I said Season 6 right there on the last lap like a dummy.
A little ahead.
It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, Season 6. 3 weeks from now. What is it? Sunday, February 21st is our tentative date to restart.
Yeah. As of now, we're looking at the Sunday after the 500. And there he is.
And
Take it away.
there's the champion. Wide Open. First off, congratulations on winning the Season 5 Custom Xfinity Series Championship. But, man, what was going through your mind there in the final laps and even, you know, throughout the whole race? I mean, you had a really good car for most of the race. So what were your thoughts throughout tonight?
Oh yes, it was a great car. It was better than I expected. Honestly, I thought it was a top 5, but I didn't think it was a race winner. Those few laps, it was hectic because I knew the wind was going to block or use me up if I tried to pass, but the heat was right there. It was tough to get that clean pass pulled off, but I'm glad we were able to do it and then hold off the heat at the end.
Well, yeah, man. Congrats. That was interesting for 7 cars for sure, and the last champion of the season. So yeah, congrats with that. Sorry, my phone's going off.
Congratulations, Wide Open. Thanks to IC and NRG and IC and Denkate for picking up the slack tonight for me tonight. You have now a couple wins on the season and came out as the champion. I know a lot of people probably put that bullseye out on McLovin to win it, and you pulled the bow and arrow out and shot it right through the heart, man. Congratulations, man. I know you work really hard on all your setups.
Yeah, I do. After winning Daytona and knowing that there was nothing else to gain in the regular season, through the regular season, I didn't quite put in the effort that I normally would. I was saving all my spare time to work on my homestead, and I'm just glad it paid off.
With that too being said, As soon as we get off air, stay tuned with me. Thanks to our sponsor this year, JCR, putting up some of that prize money. That way I can figure out a way of how you would like to receive it. NRG, before I jump out, again, IC, thanks again to you guys for helping out. NRG, and I just wanted to say congratulations to all of our winners this year. I know there's been a little bit of turmoil, but we made it through Season 5, taking that month off. Everybody's going to regroup. Big things to come in Season 6. Thank you to all of you guys for your support, your love of Giggity Racing, and everybody that puts in the time and effort, too, on their presets, on their customs, in the booth, the Mom Paul Bears for doing the Friday nights. You guys have been fantastic. It has been a long season, but we are finally at the end of it tonight.
Yeah, before we sign off there was, it was 2 teams I was with this year, and I was lucky enough to get both teams a win. For KMS, I believe I only got 1, but for WGK Racing, I believe this was my 3rd win for those, getting 4 wins on the season. And as for that prize for winning the championship, I said a couple weeks ago that I was donating it to Hey Jay for Storm for the little thing they got going on there. So however he wants to take care of it, that's all for him.
Very respectful, man. That's very cool of you to do that.
That's me, man.
NRG, IC,
Yeah.
you guys take it easy again. Congratulations, Wise. I'm going to jump out of here. I missed the last couple laps trying to take care of a matter, but man, so proud to be part of Giggity and can't wait to see what's coming in the future. I'm telling you guys, there's been a lot of hard work here in the last couple of weeks. Taking an extra week, but we will be doing fun races. Obviously, everybody will be in public lobbies. We've still got the Giggity Football League going on, so come over there, watch that, and tune in. Thanks to everybody out there. COVID is real. Wear a mask, 6 feet distance. We will get these two together. Much love to all of you guys. Puddin' out.
All right, guys. And
All
with
right,
that,
thank you.
the Puddin leaving. NRG, you can take over and say your.
Oh,
Big
no,
awards.
literally, Puddin literally said everything that needed to be said as far as the season goes and what is going to be coming up. Like I mentioned during the broadcast, we'll be putting some things together throughout the off season here. But with that being said, we can wrap this up, and we'll see you soon, I guess.
Yeah, guys. Again, thanks everyone for a great season, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Everybody stay safe.